Hello, Brother Michael. It's an honor to have you this beautiful Sunday. Welcome. We enjoy having you. You do not need any introduction to our OnPassive family, but we call you the numbers of OnPassive. And that wonderful Brother Michael Williams Aim, who goes from one webinar to another 24/7, any time of the day, any part of the world, he is called to. He's always there. And he's graciously giving us at least once a month on our Dream Team platform. We are so honored that you dedicate this time to be with us, especially today, as we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving next week in America. I know the Canadians celebrated in October, but in America, we'll be celebrating it next week. So happy Thanksgiving in advance to you, Brother Michael, and we welcome you with open arms as you're going to share your OnPassive story with us today. Over to you, Brother Michael. Once more, welcome.
Thank you so much, Debbie, Patience, everyone. It's really great. Well, first of all, getting home safely as I was speeding. So it's good that I'm home safe and sound. Um, but yeah, it's certainly a great privilege to be here with all of you. Um, look forward to what's ahead of us. And you know, on passive is just the best topic that we can talk about. You know, it's been quite a journey. You know, it's certainly been one that I've been excited about since day one, and to kind of reflect back on from day one back in the summer of 2018. At that time, we were busy as usual, but when this came across our desk on passive, at first, for me, I was like, we're busy doing what we're doing, so we're good, but to keep it short, as we got more information and actually took the time, to see what exactly on passive was all about. Of course, we didn't have a name at the time, but it made sense. What Mr. Ashmafar put forward to us made a lot of sense because we've been around for some time, and I think those of us who have been also can attest that there's just a lot of nonsense out there. There's just a lot of people just want to pull money from your pocket. They don't have a sincere interest in trying to help you. Trying to help people better themselves, better their lives, help their families. And to have that determination that you want to actually uplift humanity and not just about self. That just wasn't the norm. That's not what we're used to. And I think when we come into on passive and we're bringing our baggage with us, meaning our frame of reference, what we were used to, what we've been through, what we've been in, what we've been a part of, all of that, then we really don't see the true picture of what on passive is. And as we spend time and get to know our business, people fall in love with it. People realize, there's no other place that I want to be because this is exactly what we've been searching for. My mindset has always been one whereby, you pretty much have to do the work for people if you truly want to see them succeed. If I need legal advice, I'm going to a lawyer. If I need tax advice, I'm going to an accountant or a tax specialist. And so on. Investment advice, I'm going to an investment advisor, right? If I need insurance advice, I'm not going to go to my lawyer to get insurance advice. I'm going to go to someone who has the knowledge, preferably a licensed insurance agent, etc. Right? And so to get the trueness and true understanding about OnPassive, we actually have to be in it, to really understand and appreciate what it is. And what it is that it's a juggernaut. It is a massive business. It is a giant just waiting to blossom, and those of us who've been here, know and appreciate that and appreciate what our CEO has done, appreciate what they're doing, what they will do, all that the tech team, the staff, to see all the partnerships, so OnPassive is just it, right? IT, as in it's just it, right? It is what you're looking for in a business that's going to get you over that hump. A business is going to get you to whatever financial destination you have. That's what OnPassive is. But as we go back to 2018 and we look and we see that, in the first 6 months, we had about 10,000 decide to join the cause, and, for us, we're a big believer in sharing, if something makes sense, if it's logical, if it's ethical, if it's clean, then we certainly want to share it because we don't believe in having a few at the top. We don't believe in just a few having success, but rather get as many as possible to succeed along with you. And that's what makes the most sense to us in anything that we do. If you play on a team, you want to make your teammates them better, right? It's not just being on a team and it's just me, 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 me. I'm going to score all the basket. I'm going to score all the touchdowns and so on. No, collectively as a team, when you win together as a team, it's so much more fun, right? When you're inclusive, when you include others in what you're doing, it is so much more fun, right? How can you go play a game by yourself, right? To me, that's not fun. If I take the basketball and I go outside, I need a few more people to play for it to be fun, right? If I don't go kick a soccer ball around, football, it's the same thing, right? And so in business, for me, right, it's a lot more fun when we can help other people succeed, right? As opposed to no, we're the only one enjoying success, and like, where's the fun in that? Who are you going to associate yourself with? Who are you going to hang out with? Who will you go out to dinner with? Who will you go have lunch with? Right? Who will you go have a cup of coffee with? You understand? It's a lot more fun when other people are in the same boat as yourself, and so that's always been our philosophy. So it has been quite a journey to see what transpired back then in 2018. And as we jump into 2019, the vision got more clear as to what we wanted to do, to be a lot more, than just an affiliate program. OnPassive became something more than even what our CEO thought initially, because if we can do better, why not, right? Like just even think of yourself. If you can do better in any situation, why not? Why not do better? Just because you can, right? And so as the OnPassive project began, more and more things came to light. The company saw that, what? We can actually reinvent the internet. We can redo it. We can put it together the way that it does make sense to have everything under one roof, single sign-on. It just makes sense to be able to, recreate products that provide value to individuals, but make it cost effective. Don't just sell something for a high ticket price just because you can, right? And as we look at some of the products that are out there, a URL shortener where people are spending up to $300 a month just to shorten their URLs, based upon the amount that you need to be shortened and so on, the usage, right? OnPassive says, what? We can provide a similar product and make it free. It doesn't cost anyone anything. So you have people saving $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month just with that one product alone, right? And especially for digital business, online business, a couple $100 a month is a huge savings, right? And then we know even what we're on right now, O Connect, an audio video conference webinar platform. We're saving people thousands of dollars a month, okay, with O Connect, thousands, okay. Because you always have to look at the market. Don't just look at yourself. Well, I have a product that I use and I use it for free. Yeah, that's you. But there are people out there spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. And so if you can help them save some money, why not? Right? So the dream got bigger for OnPassive. And as a result of the company's dream getting bigger, my dream got bigger. I saw OnPassive as a way to be the new automatic internet millionaire system. I saw it as a way that people can come in and the company can automate the entire sales process for them so that they could win. Right? We've talked about this many times that most people just cannot sell. And so if you can't sell, how are you going to win? Can you imagine you open up a store and you have all your products inside there and you just don't know, you just sit there and just wait for people to come by. You don't know how to be proactive. You don't know how to advertise, how to market, right? How to share information about what you have to offer. I mean, how many people will buy from you? I'm sure you'll get some random individuals that just stumble upon, your shop. But can you imagine if you actually put a radio ad out there? You actually did some flyers, maybe a TV commercial, et cetera, right? Be able to market it, promote it, tell some people that, hey, I'm open for business. Can you imagine what your sales will be like, right? And so that's what OnPassive is, right? We have a business, but now we have to communicate that to the world. We have to communicate that to the public. We have to let them know that we are open for business and this is what we offer, right? And to be able to have a way to follow up with that, a way to be able to communicate to these same individuals over and over again. You want to be able to do that. So as we look at OnPassive, we see that, yes, everything will be in one place, all under one roof. And that's a good thing, right? But it wasn't always easy, right? And even now, right? There will always be challenges in businesses, but it's, how you react to that, right? Are you able to overcome those challenges? And OnPassive has done so every step of the way, right? Regardless of what the challenge has been, we've been able to move forward, right? And that's one of the things that I love with OnPassive is the perseverance, right? The company just keeps on going. Ash Mafara says it's a done deal. It says do it or die. Those are some serious words, but those are words that he lives by, right? And as a result, that transfers over onto us, and we live by those words because we believe them, right? And we see it. So they say seeing is believing. So we actually see it. And so therefore that builds up the confidence that, yeah, it actually is a done deal. It actually is do it or die, because the company will keep on trying and get it right, continue to improve, build upon the foundation that has been laid. And that's what we've seen by going from Hyderabad, to just having the office in Orlando, the office in India, to opening, Dubai and Singapore and Egypt and so on. Right, the company continues to expand, with all the branding, right? And I think that's one of the things I believe that people take for granted is the branding that the company has been doing, and that is so important because you want people to know OnPassive, you want people to like and trust OnPassive. So when now you're putting forth, your products, that are powered by OnPassive that are for sale. People will get it. Okay, yeah, OnPassive. Yeah, we've heard that name before. Oh, yeah, nothing but good things about OnPassive, right? So they're more comfortable in buying from you, right? Just like, people have no issues for the most part with Nike, right? People want to go buy a Mercedes. Most people are in the market for luxury vehicles. BMW, Mercedes, etc. These are cars that come to mind that people have no problem with the brand. Okay, but that didn't happen overnight, right? Even companies that sell, bad stuff, right? I'm sure some folks have their favorite cigarette brand. Some folks have their favorite, junk food, whether it's McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or whatever, right? It's the same idea, right? Branding is very, very important. And so OnPassive has taken a different view, and utilizing a different way of advertising and promoting, that we see within the Burj Khalifa light shows and so on. The various partnerships, having a station, named after your company, and so on. To have the ads them displayed throughout the Dubai Mall and along the streets, and all of that. That's a next level branding and advertising, and that has yielded fruits for the company. So that's a good thing, right? So everything that we look and see, folks, has been, to me, nothing but the best. And so I've been enjoying this journey. I've been enjoying the process, and now it's full time, that we get out there and start letting the world know that yes, OnPassive is alive and well. It's real. We have something for you. If you're looking for your retirement and you're not quite sure how you're able to afford retirement, OnPassive is your solution, right? If you're looking to, um, increase your wealth, OnPassive is for you. If you're looking to make sure that you can just get by in life, OnPassive is for you. OnPassive is for everyone, everywhere, right? I certainly believe that in the future, not right now, but as we progress, there will be a product in OnPassive for everyone. Maybe not the same product. So you may like one product, I may like something else, but there will be something in OnPassive for everyone. So that's just a matter of getting people, it's exposure, getting people to be able to see what you have. If you have a child and that child plays sports and you want to get that child, an athletic scholarship, okay, well, you have to be able to expose that child to the various universities, right? That's how that works. No matter how good you are, if no one knows about you, right, you're not getting the exposure. You don't get any exposure, then you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. It's the same thing with our business, right? We have to expose it, right? We have to be able to get it in front of as many real eyeballs as possible. And by doing so, that's how you generate sales, right? So it's been quite a journey. There's no doubt about that. I'm still loving the process. That has not wavered, right? My confidence, has been, I would say, through the roof for a very long time now, and we're not slowing down. Right? We're definitely not slowing down, because this just makes so much sense to me. I see this being able to help, hundreds of millions, if not, billions around the world. Uh, to me, it's just easy. Not just with what we have right now, folks. Right? This is just the beginning. Right? So I'm not saying that billions of people are going to buy O Connect. I don't know how many will, but some will. Right? You may not have billions of people that's going to use ONET, but some will. Right? You may not have billions of people that's going to use O Tracker, but some will, and that's the point. Right? The point is you may not know what a person may want to use within OnPassive, but if you expose them to it, right, by offering them a free account, they can come in and they can take a look and see what they like. They can see what they want, right? And not just the initial products, but the future products. As long as they're inside our ecosystem, right, then they'll be able to see the newest products that come online, right? They'll be able to see what has been added to our ecosystem. They'll have access, right? And once they have access, you don't need to sell them anything, right? They will make that purchase on their own. If it makes sense to them, if it's something that they want or even need, they will buy it, right? And having that ecosystem is so important, right? And that's my focal point. My focal point is just, hey, get a free account. Just get people to get a free account. And so if you can have tens of thousands of people doing just that, hundreds of thousands, even a million plus, just getting a free account, right? Just think of that as a massive database, and has people within that database start to purchase. You have income coming in, and because you have such a large database, the income will come in on regular intervals, right? Because different people will buy at different times. You may have someone who's exposed to it right now and say, I don't want to buy O Connect, and that's fine, right? But I know there's other products that are coming. I know there's something that you may like down the road. They may even just want to enjoy the free products right now, right? And that's great, right? That's great. That gets them engaged, right? Gets their attention, and they will choose for themselves what makes the most sense based upon whatever business that they may be doing, or even just from a personal standpoint. Yeah, again, a lot of people are on social media, um, not because of any business, right? But just from a social standpoint, they're there. Okay. So you will have people using OMail and ONet from a social standpoint to just to communicate. People will use OConnect to communicate, right? You have people overseas, etc. People that are distant use OConnect to communicate to them, right? You'll have organizations, churches, and what have you, corporations that conduct meetings. We're living in a world now where more and more people are working from home, right? People are spending more time online for work, right? So again, there's a reason to be using OConnect for that purpose, conducting meetings, conferences, etc. Right? So we have so much, folks. Can it get any better than this? Absolutely, and it will. Right? That's the scary part. Like if you don't, if you don't really get it right now, that's the scary part. That is actually going to get better. Right? It's going to get better. And to the point where the business just starts to go viral. And that is exciting to me. When OnPassive takes off, as I believe it will, lives will be changed. And that's when you're going to start seeing the smiles. That's when people are going to reflect and says, "Oh yeah, I remember a couple of years ago. This is where we were at." Just like now, we can go back and look at where we were in 2018. We can look at when we were in 2019, 2020, 2021, even last year, right? Think of where we were March of last year, 2022, right? And look at where we are today, right? Roughly 18 months later, right? Think about that. You understand, folks? So, we can see the growth, we can see the progress, we can see the difference, the positive difference, right? So we know that we're getting somewhere with OnPassive. So I look forward to what the next, 90 days, next 6 months, next 12 months is going to bring, to people's lives. And certainly as we move beyond that and start to think, medium term, 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, and then we get into long term, 7, 10 years. Can you imagine 10 years from now what OnPassive is going to look like? Can you imagine 10 years from now how many products we will have to offer to the marketplace? Right? Can you imagine how your life will be impacted over the next 10 years? Right? Can you imagine how many lives that you will actually be instrumental in impacting over the next 10 years? Because that's what OnPassive is all about, right? Making a difference, leaving your mark in society. So people knew that you existed, that you were here, right? That's what it's about. And so it's been quite a journey. And that's what we always tell people: enjoy the process. Don't get caught up in, well, that's this and that, an issue. And don't get caught up in all of that, right? Just enjoy the process, because it's not going to come back again. You can't say, okay, all right, let's just have a do over and let's go back 3 years ago and let's, start to appreciate it. No, right? Enjoy the moment. Enjoy where we are right now in OnPassive, because this moment will not come again. When tomorrow comes, yesterday's already gone, and we can't bring it back. There's no rewinding. Okay. So we have to learn to enjoy the process, stay in the moment. Don't worry about, well, what's going to happen come December 1st? What's going to happen come January 1st? What's going to happen? Right. You know, don't, as our CEO has stated, don't get ahead of the company. Right. Let's look at where we are right now and enjoy it. Right. Because there's lots to enjoy, folks. Right. Believe it or not, there's actually lots to enjoy. And we should celebrate our success. Celebrate your success. The fact that you're in this company, right? That alone makes you successful. Okay, that alone, the fact that you're in. Yes, there's some things that you will need to do going forward to ensure, but just being in. Because if you weren't in, then where's your chance? You're in, so you have a chance. Okay, and we've always told people, as long as you're in, you're going to win. But you have to stay engaged. You have to pay attention. You have to follow instructions. You have to take the next steps and so on. Okay, because you start out on a journey, right? You start on a journey, and say, let's say you're traveling from Toronto to Detroit, right? And so you start the journey, but you have to continue on the journey, right? In order to get to Detroit, you can't stop. You can't stop. Well, from Toronto, if you stop in London, London is probably about London, Ontario. It's probably about 2 hours drive, right? So if you stop in London and don't go any further, well, you're never going to get to Detroit, right? If you end up in Chatham, okay, which is maybe 70 kilometers or so out of Windsor, right? Windsor being the border to Detroit. You're not going to, you know what I mean? So you have to continue on the journey. You have to keep on going forward in order to get to your destination. You can't do a U-turn, right? You do a U-turn, you're never going to get to that destination, right? So if you have a personal goal for being in OnPassive, in order to get to that goal, you have to keep moving forward, right? So remember that, right? No U-turn, because failure is just not an option where OnPassive is concerned. And that's one of the things that we've been able to eliminate from past experience, right? Think of the various companies that you may have joined. Okay, were there failure, right? Chances are, things didn't go the way you thought it was. Chances are some of those companies are not even here today, right? But here's OnPassive, 5 years plus, still here and still getting stronger and stronger. That's what you want in a company, right? That's what you want in a company. So, as I reflect and just look at my journey in this business, it's been great. I've met a lot of great people that I didn't know before OnPassive. Certainly being able to, meet up with a few of them, right? And just even the conversations that we've had. Um, Again, you can't replace that, folks. You can't. Cherish the company that you have. Life is very, very short. And you're here today, gone tomorrow. So you have to cherish what it is that you have. Right. And that's why we encourage people to just continue to enjoy the process, trust the process, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. Right. We have hope and aspirations, right? But we certainly don't know what tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone, any of us. It's not guaranteed that we'll be here tomorrow. But if we are, right? If we are, right? We know it's nothing but good times ahead where OnPassive is concerned, because there's a lot of ills that's going on in society right now. The economy is not great. No matter where you are in the world, the economy isn't great. No matter what TV may tell you, that, oh, this company, another record profits, and yeah, that's them. But you as individuals, right? Individual people, that's what we're talking about. The economy is not great for them, right? Right now, in Canada and also in the US, people who have mortgages, right? Some people have seen their mortgage payments doubled because the interest rate has gone up. Some people used to have 1%, 2%, 3% a year mortgage rates. Now they're paying 6%, 7%, right? It's a huge difference. And that can be a lot of burden on people, right? And we know things are going to get worse, right? So we have to be wise in what we're doing. So I encourage people, stay the course. OnPassive is here to help, okay? Not to burden you, not to make things worse for you, but to put you into a better situation, put you into a better place in life financially, right? And if you've been paying attention and following along, I'm sure even from a personal growth standpoint, you've been able to, increase that as well. So OnPassive has been a lot of things for myself and my family, and all positive. All positive. I don't see any negative where OnPassive is concerned as far as impacting myself and my family. It's only been positive. Not to say that there haven't been hiccups or issues or any of that stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the impact it has had, on myself and my family. And so the journey has been great because this is what it takes to be able to develop and run a successful company. Not a ma pa company. Like that's not what OnPassive is. OnPassive is a juggernaut. It is massive, right? So there's a lot that goes into it, and the beauty about it is that you and I, we didn't have to do any of that heavy lifting. We didn't have to absorb the cost, for this journey, right? Not at all. We paid $97. And for those who purchased O Connect, you paid $143. We have not absorbed anything where the cost of running this company and building this company, creating everything to where we are right now. Absolutely not. It's been really a gift that we have received, with this business. And so as we continue to cherish that and move forward, look out. I just can't wait for 2024 to roll in, because we're going to get better by the end of the month. We're going to get better by the end of December. We're going to get better by the end of January, and so on. We're going to keep getting better, folks. And that is good news. That is music to my ears personally. So let me pause and send it back to the moderators. And then we'll see where we go next. Okay.
Thank you, Brother Michael. Thank you so much. Wow, that's awesome. I'm sure a lot of people who have listened to you have burning questions. But before we move to that stage, I want to say thank you to our viewers on YouTube. We appreciate you joining us live today. We're going to close that segment now because we're entering into questions and discussions with Brother Michael Williams Aim. So bye for now for those on YouTube. At this stage, I will pass it over. I will pass it over to my co-moderator, Sister Irene Kwede.